Question set 1, History, 151 to 200. A rectangular or square slab supporting the column at the base. A rectangular or square slab supporting the column at the base. Plinth. A low screen wall enclosing the choir in early Christian church. A low screen wall enclosing the choir in early Christian church. Chancel. The cold section of a Roman bath. The cold section of a Roman bath. Frigidarium. The church in the Philippines is the seat of the Malolos Congress. This church in the Philippines is the seat of the Malolos Congress. Barasuain Church. The palace proper in Assyrian palaces. The palace proper in Assyrian palaces. Seraglio. Holy mountains on Babylonian architecture. Holy mountains on Babylonian architecture. Ziggurat. Architect of the famous Propylaea in Acropolis. Architect of the famous Propylaea in Acropolis. Mnesicles. Private family apartments in Assyrian palaces. Private family apartments in Assyrian palaces. Harem. The most stupendous and impressive of rock-cut temples. The most stupendous and impressive of rock-cut temples. Great Temple of Abu Simbel. The four-seated colossal statues of Ramses II is carved in the pylon of what temple? The four-seated colossal statues of Ramses II is carved in the pylon of what temple? Great Temple of Abu Simbel. Favorite motifs of designs of Egyptians. Favorite motifs of design of the Egyptians. Palm, lotus, and papyrus. Two main classes of temples in Egyptian architecture. Two main classes of temples in Egyptian architecture. Mortuary and cult temples. Egyptian temples for ministrations to deified pharaohs. Egyptian temples for ministrations to deified pharaohs. Mortuary temple. Structure whose corners are made to face the four cardinal points. Structure whose corners are made to face the four cardinal points. Ziggurat. Structure whose sides are made to face the four cardinal points. Structure whose sides are made to face the four cardinal points. Pyramid. Egyptian temples for the popular worship of the ancient and mysterious gods. Egyptian temples for the popular worship of the ancient and mysterious gods. Cult temple. The use of monsters in doorways is prevalent in what architecture? The use of monsters in doorways is prevalent in what architecture? Persians. The Greek male statues used as columns. The Greek male statues used as columns. Atlantes. A recessed or alcove with raised seats where disputes took place. A recess or alcove with raised seats where disputes took place. Exedra. A single line of columns surrounding the naos. A single line of columns surrounding the naos. Peripteral. The uppermost step in the crepidoma. The uppermost step in the crepidoma. Stylobate. The lowest step in the crepidoma. The lowest step in the crepidoma. Stereobate. A building in Greek and Roman for exercises or physical activities. A building in Greek and Roman for exercises or physical activities. Gymnasium. Three chamber of a Greek temples. The three chamber of a Greek temple. Pronaos, Naos, and Epinaos. A Greek building that contains painted pictures. A Greek building that contains painted pictures. Pinacotheca. Temple with a portico of columns arranged in front. Temple with a portico of columns arranged in front. Prostyle. The clear space in between columns. The clear space in between columns. Intercolumniation. Intercolumniation of 2.5 diameters. Intercolumniation of 2.5 diameters. U-style. Intercolumniation of 4 diameters. Intercolumniation of 4 diameters. Areo style. Intercolumniation of 2 diameters. Intercolumniation of 2 diameters. C-style. Pycnostyle intercolumniation has how many diameters? Pycnostyle intercolumniation has how many diameters? 1.5 diameters. Diastyle intercolumniation has how many diameters? Diastyle intercolumniation has how many diameters? 3 diameters. A kindred type to the Cheter. A kindred type to the Cheter. Odeon. Roman building which is a prototype of a hippodrome of the Greeks. Roman building which is a prototype of the hippodrome of the Greeks. Circus. Roman building for which gladiatorial battles took place. Roman buildings for which gladiatorial battles took place. Colosseum. What sporting event takes place in the Palaestra? What sporting event takes place in the Palaestra? Wrestling. A foot race course in the cities. A foot race course in the cities. Stadium. A temple with 1 to 4 columns arranged between ante at the front. A temple with 1 to 4 columns arranged between the ante at the front. In antis. A temple with 1 to 4 columns arranged between the ante at the front and rear. A temple with 1 to 4 columns arranged between the ante at the front and rear. Ampi antis. In Greek, it is the Roman prototype of the Thermae. In Greek, it is the Roman prototype of the Thermae. Gymnasium. Greek order that has no base. Greek order that has no base. Doric. The most beautiful and best preserved of the Greek theaters. The most beautiful and best preserved of the Greek theaters. Epidaurus. What orders did the Etruscans and the Romans add, making 5 in all? What orders did the Etruscans and the Romans add, making 5 in all? Tuscan and composites. What allowed the Romans to build bolts of a magnitude never equal till the birth of steel for buildings? What allowed the Romans to build bolts of a magnitude never equal till the birth of steel for buildings? The use of concrete. The finest of all illustration of Roman construction. The finest of all illustrations of Roman construction. Pantheon. The oldest and most important forum in Rome. The oldest and most important forum in Rome. Forum Romanum. Who commenced the whole of 100 columns? Who commenced the whole of 100 columns? Xerxes. Who completed the whole of the 100 columns? Who completed the whole of the 100 columns? Artaxerxes. Architect of Parthenon. Architects of Parthenon. Callicrates and Ictinus. Master sculpture of the Parthenon. Master sculpture of the Parthenon. Phidias.